Hey guys, Crawl here. Yeah, I have another ship to show you guys. Here we go. So, finally, I'm adding a new ship to the fleet. So far, I've been spending a lot of time remaking ships that I had already made but didn't like them, and ended up just rebuilding a new ship to replace the ones I had already built. So out of the 5 ships that I built so far for this fleet or this faction, there were still just 3 that were officially part of the faction. So finally I am adding a 4th ship. So yeah, it's a very non-conventional design. Just like the others, which are right there. I try to keep these ships as non-conventional as possible. They all have like bug names and stuff, and I kind of want them to somewhat look like bugs. Now I don't. Obviously, I could make them look like bugs a lot more, but if I did that, then the ship would probably not be very good as a spaceship. So I'm keeping it a spaceship with maybe some similarities. When you look at it, you kind of see a bug, but anyways, I'm not focusing too much on trying to make them look like bugs. But with this one, I guess with its name, I don't know if you guys know what it is, but I called it the Antlion. And antlions are actually real bugs, and they eat ants. That's why they're called antlions. And they somewhat look like this. They have a big bubbly head in the back right here, and then they have, you know, this weird looking I don't know how to call that part. Weird looking front or mouth area with some fangs or mandibles in the front, and they bury themselves in the sand, and they wait for ants to pass right above them, and then they come out of the ground at lightning speed, grab the ant, and pull it back down into the sand. So that's what antlions do. I'm sure you can find videos of antlions on YouTube if you're curious to really see one in action. But anyways, I called this one the Antlion. Obviously, it doesn't have mandibles. It has turrets and an antenna in the front, and 5 rocket launchers, which I almost forgot to mention. So this is obviously going to be a warship, or combat ship, or large fighter, I guess, because so far the faction only had a small fighter, which is right here. This was the only fighter that had been built so far for this faction. Obviously, I'm still far from being done. I expect the faction or the fleet will have at least a minimum of 8 different ships when I'm done, but this is a minimum. As long as I have inspiration to build new ships for the faction, I'm going to keep building new ships for the faction. So this will be their light armored fighter. There will be a heavy armored fighter coming soon. Oh, and one more thing I want to say. This is the first ship that I built since they added the oxygen tanks and oxygen generators. So this is the first ship that I ever built that has oxygen. So it has one generator. It's somewhere here under the hood. Oh, really? My computer's freezing right now. I apologize for that, guys. This is probably because it's too hot in my room, because I got the heat on right now. And when it's too hot in my room, my computer's having trouble cooling down, and sometimes my screen freezes like that. I really apologize for that. So yeah, so there's one oxygen generator, 2 oxygen tanks, and obviously there's an air vent inside the cockpit. And obviously I gave the ship 2 doors so that you don't depressurize the room every time you open the door. So right now it would be safe, though the air vent that you see right there in front of me is set to depressurize right now. But if I wanted to pressurize it, it's as easy as I was pressing the wrong key. So just uncheck this, and then it's gonna start producing oxygen or releasing oxygen into the room. So right now, if I wanted to remove my helmet, I could do that. It would be 100% safe, and I could do that right here. What you see right now is all that the ship has in terms of interior. It doesn't have any hallways in the front part over there. This is just it would be kind of like popping the hood of a car. It's all just mechanical stuff down there, conveyor pipes, cargo containers. The ship does have 5 small cargo containers, and this is the only part of the ship that you can actually walk in. And so that's why the med bay is right here. It has 3 passenger seats, or actually 4 on each side. No, 3. Yeah, because that side has the med bay. So 4 on this side, 3 on this side, 2 control panels or control stations, and 1 flight seat. I thought I had something I wanted to say, and I kind of got sidetracked here. Oh yeah, obviously you will want to close this door when you're in the ship, because in case somebody else comes in, if this door is open and then the other door gets opened up, then all of the air in this room just gets flushed out, and people in here will die unless they have their helmet on. Now obviously this is a warship, and people would be keeping their helmet on pretty much all the time. Me, I would never remove it while flying a warship, because this glass, it's pretty easy to break. I mean, you get shot at just a little bit, and the glass will break, and then all the oxygen will get flushed out, and you'll die. So if you're flying a warship, it's not a good idea to remove your helmet, but I guess if you want to, I'm giving you the option to do so. Personally, I would not do it. Anyways, I'm gonna set this back to depressurize if I can. I remove the crosshair when I film videos, but it just makes it harder for me to actually. Okay, right there, depressurize. So it's gonna. Okay, right now I guess it's not able to. Yeah, it should be. It should be able to suck the air back into the oxygen tanks. Hang on. Okay, I guess I only have one. I thought I had more than one. Whoops. Just like that. Okay, so I set that to stockpile. you know what, whatever, I'm not gonna spend an eternity on this. I know everything's connected properly, I know it is, so that's all I wanted to show about the interior. Actually, right now we're gonna show the ship flying. It does fly really well. The ship is really well balanced when it comes to thrusters, and it does not overload at all. It only has 2 large reactors, but it doesn't overload because it doesn't have that many thrusters. I've tested it before publishing the blueprint, so as you can see, I'm not drifting that much, and I just keep accelerating. I do decelerate a little bit when I turn really fast, but I mean, I've seen ships that would have drifted a lot more than that. The ship has enough thrusters on the side to keep it from drifting too much and to keep it from decelerating too much when you turn. Obviously right now I'm having trouble going past 40 meters a second because I'm turning a lot. If I was going straight, I could get to 104 in less than a minute for sure. It's not the best acceleration ever, obviously. Okay, I think, yeah. I did a huge 180 degrees turn, so I did drift backwards for a while until I released the forward key and just allowed my dampeners to stop this ship so I can start accelerating again. But trust me, this is a maneuverable ship compared to other ships I have piloted before, whether they were made by me or other players. This is a good ship. It's also very good when it comes to performance for your computer. It doesn't cause your game to lag at all. It doesn't have a lot of polygons, and this is one of the requirements when you want to submit your ships to be added to the game. So all of the ships that I build for this faction, they're all performance friendly. They all respect the limit or maximum amount of polygon allowed. I'm actually under the maximum amount allowed. I'm keeping all of these ships performance friendly as much as possible. I'm building them really simple. So any of you guys that have old computers like me, these are perfect ships for you guys. If you have a brand new computer, like one of those GeForce GTX 980, which is a really powerful graphics card, well then you can use ships that are much bigger and much less performance friendly. But for all of you guys that have old computers, these ships are perfect for you. So actually, let's have fun right now, and let's just destroy the ship on my right, just to test the ship's firepower. Oh, by the way, I know this is definitely not the best first-person view, so that's why I added a camera, and the camera offers a much better first-person view. So for all of you that prefer to fly a ship in first person, using the camera will give you perfect view for that. I'm just gonna keep going backwards until I'm more than 900, well, somewhere around 900 meters. Then I'm going to transfer everything in this ship to me so that the turrets will attack the Scarab Mk2 when I get close. Alright, close. I'm far enough. And we're going to test the ship's firepower. Obviously none of that will be saved, and in the blueprint everything here is still set to nobody, so you can set it, you can transfer everything to yourself. Personally I prefer the third person view. I guess this is good. So the turrets should start attacking when I get close. Doesn't have that many turrets, but once again, too many turrets would drop your FPS like crazy, and too many turrets would make this ship would make it not eligible to be added to the game. The devs want low amounts of turrets on the ships. Ship is split in 2, 3 different parts. This is awesome. Oh, okay. Can't see it. There they are. Bunch of parts flying all over the place. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, let's go and destroy the red ship. Yeah, I'm starting to lag right now because of all the debris. It's floating all over the place. not sure what's blocking my view right now. It's a bit confusing. Anyways, I think you guys saw what this ship is capable of in terms of firepower. Turrets are only there for, I don't know, maybe they're gonna help destroy missiles that are coming your way. It could help defend the ship against meteor storms, wow, meteor swarms, really. So yeah, meteor storms, and obviously they would, you know, increase your DPS, but your main weapon is definitely these. And since the ship is rather maneuverable, it's not that hard to turn and shoot. Now this ship is a light armor fighter, so obviously these would not be the best ship to initiate a fleet versus fleet battle. So like I said, I will work on a heavy armored combat ship for this faction, and when it's done, then the heavy armored ship will be the one that initiates the fight. And once most of the firepower is concentrated on the heavy armor ships, then these guys, the Antlions, these guys would come in and assist the other ships in the fleet. So let's say the other one is attacking from the front, they're frontline fighters. These guys here, they go all the way around the enemy, and they come up from behind while the enemy is focused on the heavy armored ship, and this one just, you know, lashes out at it until it's destroyed. So it would be a teamwork kind of thing. None of the ships in this faction, none of the ships I've built so far are very powerful, but their strength will come from their numbers, because like I said so many times already, it's a faction, it's a military faction, and they're always going to travel in fleets, never alone. So that's where their biggest strength comes from. And if you guys want to, you know, use these ships to do some fleet versus fleet battles against your friends, then at least these ships are performance friendly enough to do that. If you try to do fleet versus fleet with huge ships that uses a bunch of mods and stuff like that, then your FPS is probably going to be so low that you're not even going to be able to enjoy the fight. Now these ships here, they should keep your FPS rather smooth, even if there's a lot of ships on the screen. So anyways, I think I've pretty much said everything that was to be said about the Antlion. So hopefully you guys love the ship. It is available to be downloaded on a workshop. I will add a link in the description of this video, as well as a link to the other ships that were in the beginning of the video, the one I destroyed. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.